Race 2 on the card is a maiden plate over 1,000 metres. The second race due off at 1 o'clock, being an 8-race programme. It is the first leg of the place accumulator. Here again, Paul Peter has a runner drawn in pole position. Number 1, Frontline Fighter, which has been priced up the early favourite at 22-10. Luke Ferraris doing duty for the Paul Peter stable on this occasion. Was fourth on debut. This will be his second race course appearance. Warren wasn't absolutely convinced with his debut run. He might well be good enough to win this. You have to respect the Highveld Raiders, even with a little bit of form. But I thought this was quite competitive. I'm more in the camp of number 10, Grey Ocean, despite a wider draw. And I'm looking for big improvement from number 3, Drogarati, who steps back to the minimum trip after 2 unsuccessful efforts over 1,400 metres. And the blinkers go on number 3, Drogarati. That's a late declaration. And then one other comment before you tell us what you fancy. Note that number 5, Master Dancer, second in its last 4 starts on the polytrack. There have been 2 runs on the turf in between, but its last 4 starts on the polytrack have all yielded second place finishes. The question mark is whether Master Dancer will be as effective over the minimum trip. But I think it's quite a tricky contest.
You know, Graham, when I went through this race last night, and many thoughts, different thoughts crossed my mind. Yes, Frontline Fighter number 1 could be too good. The improvement could be there. No doubt it'll be there from pole position. He certainly could be tough to beat. But in saying that, and you're quite big on number 10, Grey Ocean, and quite rightly so. You're probably going to be right. That was a very good run behind Isibunga Vungu. Draw's obviously a concern. But I just couldn't help but keep thinking that it could be 7th Song's day. Horse number 8 for the Michael Roberts stable for the Hatting family. Sereno Mudley rides. He's by no means a good thing, by no means a certainty. He ran second. He couldn't beat Lord Carrow. He ran second to Belle of Belize last time. He keeps running second. But one of these days he's going to get it right. And my narrow, non-confident first choice is number 8, 7th Song. But I've got huge respect for 1, Frontline Fighter. I do like your horse, number 10, Grey Ocean. I find it a tricky race.
It is a tricky race, and 7th Song is certainly overdue a victory. Earned a check in all of its last dozen runs or so, and second in its last 3. There are many with claims here. I think it's a tricky little race. Frontline Fighter does have the benefit of the inside gate, whereas both 7th Song and Grey Ocean are drawn a little towards the outside. I think the pace will be on. I think Grey Ocean will go out looking for the early lead. Maybe Frontline Fighter doesn't have that sort of natural early pace and may have to give up the benefit of his number 1 gate. But there were many with chances here. Frontline Fighter, Drogarati, Master Dancer, Ride the Lightning and Diady. Those 2 can both improve. Your fancy 7th Song and Grey Ocean. It's a tricky start to the place accumulator. Although that being said, I believe number 10, Grey Ocean, will run into the first 3 at least. And is one of my suggested place accumulator bankers today on a day when bankers are hard to find. Whether you're talking about the place accumulator, the bipot, the pick 6 or the jackpot, bankers are hard to find on this card.